They wouldn't stand a chance against me. That's what I think as a mountain biker when I see the bicycle patrol. Well, today I may need to eat my words because Chief Andy LeBeau is assigning me the same exercises as his officers, including curbs and obstacles, stairs, a slow race, a demolition derby, and the box of death. And finally, a lactate threshold test where I'm gonna be pedaled to exhaustion and then made to get off the bike and chase after a suspect on foot. And at the end of each challenge, I'm gonna ask them for war stories, but first, we're gonna start with something easy. So Chief LeBeau, what is it about curbs? What's this exercise entail?
Yeah, it's one of the fundamental things that we do in an urban environment. You have curbs everywhere. So we need to teach our officers to navigate those safely, whether they're hitting them head on or coming from the side. It's really just about getting your front wheel over and then the back wheel will follow. But on an extreme angle, we actually teach the officers to take a foot out, plant a foot on the curb, lift their front wheel over, and then carry on.
So what are you gonna have me do over here on the curb?
We'll approach the curb head on at a slow speed. And as we get close, you're gonna pop your front wheel over the curb and then unweight your rear wheel so we avoid a pinch flat. Yep. I'll lead and then you can follow me.
Sure. So at an angle, you instruct them to do it differently?
Yeah, so we know if you hit it at an angle, your wheels could slide out, especially your back wheel.
Sure.
So we just teach them to plant their front foot, lift the front wheel over, and then roll on.
And if the officer was like a really experienced mountain biker and they were used to bunny hopping, would you still recommend they do it this way?
Well, we have to teach the class for people who maybe haven't ridden a bike in 12 years. And so we teach it at a basic level. Obviously, if someone's got more skills, they could do a bunny hop.
Okay, let's do it by the book. So I'm gonna be honest, as a mountain biker, that curb challenge was really, really easy. But there's more than just curbs. What do you have the officers do? Carry their bikes?
Yeah, they can carry their bikes if they want to. We do teach techniques for going downstairs and then like a cyclocross carry upstairs. Course isn't designed to make anyone into an expert mountain biker. As you know, that takes years to develop those skills. We're just teaching them how to be safe in an urban environment.
But you are covering stairs.
Sure, well, everything builds on a smaller step. So we teach them to extend their arms, get their weight back, and just roll down the stairs while modulating their brakes.
Yeah, let's pretend I'm a trainee and we'll run through it.
So as you approach the stairs, extend your arms, weight back, modulate your brakes.
So clearly I have the advantage here on the mountain bike.
Yeah.
How often do you find yourself in pursuit of another cyclist?
Almost never.
Okay.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen. I've done bike patrol for many years and it's never happened to me yet.
So what are you normally doing?
Well, there's tremendous benefits to bike patrol for a police department. Being able to navigate in dense traffic areas like we have here in Boone, getting in and out of traffic. Sometimes you can respond to calls for service quicker on a bike than you can in a car. We're much more accessible to the community. Also the cost of it. Even an expensive bike like yours, we could buy 6 of those for the cost of a police cruiser.
You must have been in some kind of pursuit. Are you ever chasing anyone?
So I have been in probably dozens of chases with people while they were running on foot.
Okay.
Which obviously being on a bike is an incredible advantage.
And what about cars?
I've gotten in a pursuit with one car and it was a stolen Jeep. And it was in a neighborhood that I knew very well. I knew every shortcut in this neighborhood. And I was just cutting through people's backyards, little trails that connect roads. I was able to keep the Jeep in sight for about 5 or 6 blocks. Okay. And so I was able to call in on the radio to officers and cars and they were able to get there, locate the Jeep, and then carry on the pursuit. If I was on foot, I would have lost sight of the Jeep and then maybe the officers would have found them later, maybe they wouldn't have. So that was probably the coolest chase I've ever done.
So what's the next exercise?
All right, so today we're gonna be doing a slow race. This is to work on our bike handling skills. So the finish line are those set of cones right down there, and the last one there wins. Now the rules are you can't take your feet off the pedals, can't touch down, and you gotta keep your hands on the handlebars.
Okay, I got this.
Ready, set, go.
Not bad.
I'm out. You haven't moved yet. Did you go backwards? I think you won.
A challenge I can win.
Got you, dude.
So the object of the slow race is obviously to learn how to navigate in tight situations. Going slow is actually difficult on a bike because, you know, physics. And so being able to stay up while going as slow as possible is very useful. All right, so I'm gonna ask you guys a really annoying question. Have you ever seen the show Pacific Blue?
Seriously?
Pacific Blue.
So it's an actual bike patrol show from the 90s, and I used to watch it because they did all kinds of stunts to catch the bad guys, but as it turns out, those actors weren't actually proficient at riding bicycles. It was Hans Ray doing all the stunts. He even appears in one episode as himself. Hello, I'm the lazy boy. And he's almost like a villain. He's taunting the bike patrol, but he was the one doing it all. Hey, Hans.
Hey guys.
So I'm here with the bike patrol in Boone, North Carolina, and we're about to face off in a whole bunch of challenges. Do you have a word of advice for our officers here?
I think you should put handcuffs on him first. Use your elbows.
So Hans, it's been some time since Pacific Blue. You're working on Wheels for Life, your bike charity. Where can the audience go to find out about that?
We are a non-profit charity. We give bicycles to people in need of transportation in developing countries. We are 100% volunteer. We have almost no overhead, no salaries, so it's a very pure cause. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Hans. This almost looks like a foot-down arena. What are we doing here? This is called a Demolition Derby?
Yeah, I just named it Demolition Derby because basically we get in here and crash into each other.
I'm all for that. So are there any rules?
Yeah, well, my rules is you got to keep your hands on the handlebars. If you put your foot down, you're out. You can bang into the other officers with your body, but I don't want them ramming with their bikes because I don't want to damage the bikes. This just helps the officers to maintain their balance if they get bumped. You need to be able to manage that and anticipate it without getting knocked over.
Yeah, let's do it. So it's like foot down, but with shoulder checking. These opponents are both much bigger than me. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. I'm coming for you. Oh. 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 Okay, we got one out. Wow.
That was a suicide move though.
They don't call you the chief for nothing. So yeah, on a bike, you do end up banging into other cyclists when you're in a race or when you're in a tight area. This reminds me of foot down. Foot down's a little bit different. The object is not to shoulder check people, it's to maneuver your bike in such a way where they have to put their foot down and the last person in the ring wins. Do you want to try a game of foot down?
Sure.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, game begins.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna get you down without knocking you down.
You're not easy though. I always think of myself as like a foot down Jedi, but this is difficult.
I feel like I'm just riding into Criterium trying not to get chased down by you. Oh, yeah!
I had to put forth a game that I'm good at so that I could win again. So I guess the next challenge, the box of death, is right here, but I actually have a story. Yesterday, Andy took me for a ride around town, gravel routes and everything, and I got to see him ruin somebody's day. We were going down the street and he saw out of the corner of his eye somebody tagging a sign. So he was like doing graffiti. I didn't see it. He did, and he pulled over, and then the cops came, and I guess it was a student, his first day here of the year. Welcome to Boone, right? So yesterday you called this the box of death. That almost sounds like something I would come up with.
Yeah, so it's to work on slow speed maneuverability, and it causes new bike riders quite the problem. But the goal is to go in, do 3 full circles without putting your foot down, and then come back out. But then what we do is we make it smaller and smaller until there's one person left. There you go. There you go. Nice, one down. Now look at your track standing.
Yeah, Andy's
Yeah, he's done in time with
one with the bike. I guess that's 3, right?
Let's make it smaller. That might be a little too much, Bobby.
This is small.
It requires some standing still bunny hopping.
I got to do like 3-point turns here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's possible on this bike. Yeah, I don't think it can.
Whoa! You got some turning radius there. Wow, Andy. Andy did that by the book. Maybe I just haven't done the box of death that many times.
Maybe your wheelbase is longer than mine.
Probably is. It's a mountain bike. So in a moment, I'm gonna be vomiting from exhaustion. But before we do that, I wanted to thank you, Andy, and the entire Boone Police Department for taking us out to bike patrol school today. And actually, you told me that 25 years ago, they actually taught you to skid into suspects at whatever training you went to.
Yeah, they actually set up cones and had us doing slide outs to take them down.
So first of all, do you teach your officers that? And second of all, have you ever tried that?
So after I went through school, I did get into a chase with a guy running from me, and I did try it. I think I executed it perfectly, and something that I probably should have foreseen is the suspect then fell right on top of me. So I thought, you know what, that's not a very good technique, so I never did it again. And then when I developed my own bike patrol school, I omitted that part.
So this is the challenge that sucks, right?
Yes, this is how we end bike patrol school.
So what are we doing here?
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get you above your lactic threshold to where your legs feel like they're gonna just explode. The reason why we do that is if officers are ever responding to an emergency situation, you need to know what their legs are gonna feel like after they've done a full-blown, all-out effort.
Okay, so what do I do once I get there?
When you get there, you're gonna get off your bike and chase the assailant.
Okay, this is gonna suck. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Come on, your partner needs help.
Chief LeBeau is a racer
Come on, move it, come on. Stand up and sprint.
and wins races. He's in ridiculous shape.
Go, 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 go.
Okay, I'm going.
Come on, you got 2 easier gears. Come on, out of the saddle, let's go. Move it. Come on, you got 4 more gears. Slow down. Dismount. Go, go.
I gotta get in better shape.
That's a brutal start with no warm-up. This is actually my favorite part of the whole course.
Thanks to the Boone Police Department. Thank you, Chief Andy LeBeau.
You're welcome, it's great to have you in Boone. And Boone Police Department is hiring.
Thanks for riding with me today. I'll see you next time.
How you doing?
Hey.
Good. Have a seat for me right there. You doing all right today?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
What you doing out here?
Just cooking some meth.